Hi there, Gus and I out on a little hike today. Some of you know I went on a pilgrimage recently, but let me just show you the little hiking trail behind me. We're the usual spot we go to, but just on a different trail. So I encourage you to get out of your comfort zone, explore new trails, new paths as you explore the path of light that you are on, a path of growth. And that also, I'm being reminded of my recent experiences and sit, Gus, sit. And being really in recognizing duality consciousness as I and many others are moving into unity and oneness and calling on that energy of Metatron to support. And that's, I've been seeing his number quite a bit of 11 that often is associated with him. But there's also a bridge with that. There's a bridge to oneness. And on my way up to where I am right now, I crossed two bridges that have been restructured and taken care of. And that reminds me of the pilgrimage and some other recent work that I've done with my light body, my energetic body, which encompasses the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and many other facets. And feeling the power of my true energy coming in to the current of my vehicle, through my soul, through my light, through my column of light, whatever terms you'd like to use. Remember, it's energy, it's oneness. Stepping into the oneness, that, and holding everything with the power of love that resides within you, right? Even the dark, even the shadow, because you are meant to draw out your own shadow and harmonize it and recognize everyone that you are in contact with in life is you, and they are you. There is no separation between someone's anger and your joy. There's no separation between your ascension and theirs, or if they choose to stay stuck in their loop because maybe they're just not ready to live differently because it's comfortable in the known and the way of operating. And those early stages of moving yourself out of the three-dimensional qualities of the earth plane is really, really filled with. But I'm reminded that it's filled with so much more. Just as I internally am ascending into my higher facets each day, each moment, even if I feel like I slide back a little bit, that's okay. It's part of the healing. It's part of the process of healing and growing and expansion and being in your divine alchemy and divinity. And even as I look out here, I'm seeing the plants begin to move as I'm speaking, and the energetic fields that are around them, and they all look so different. So coming back to pilgrimage and a recalibration, a restructuring, nature is so vital for you to support that process of integration of your higher self, your Christ consciousness. And that's just a level. Your divine masculine, feminine energies within you coming into peace and harmony within your heart, within your body, within your mind. And to recognize that as any of you growing and expanding, others around you, whether it's your family, acquaintances, people you don't even know, are going to be activated by your energy. And it doesn't mean that they're going to receive that higher light and shift into that and welcome it. They have to be willing to welcome the peace in their own life. Some are actually triggered by it, and then it becomes a mirror for each other and a tool of alchemy for those who choose to recognize that opportunity to be harmonious, deeper act of surrender within. That's what I'm recognizing for myself. And this deeper act of surrender to peace, to surrender to love, to surrender to the divine will, and still have very beautiful boundaries without compromising my own wellness. And my body becomes the barometer and is the barometer to feel when I'm not operating in a place that is from the highest good, where resentment or anger may come out through actions that are perfectly seemingly fine on the surface, but deep down, if I pay attention to my inner state and what is driving certain choices, that is where it is very telling. So I'm looking out at the foothills as I'm speaking to you, and there's so much movement in the fields here, and in a way that I haven't seen before, but was aware of, because my clairvoyance, clairsentient, claircognizant, all the clairs in me have been opened up a little bit more. And how do you support that for yourself as you're becoming more sensitive and recognizing that whether you understand it or not, the light body and our abilities are very vast, and it's important to really allow and be very present, not to force it open, and really work with your I am presence to take the wheel, your heart to take the wheel with trust, with love, with this deep knowing, this so deep knowing of all is well. All is well. And I feel my dear friend Paul coming through, because I can feel the tone in my voice slightly change and inflections in my face. I hear his voice in me. Our hearts are connected through love and through that energy of Venus that he brings. And it brings me to Jesus and the energy of Venus. And I'm getting the chills on my body of confirmation of, yes, that love, expanding our love, expanding your love. And let the tears come, because when we're in expansion, the tears, remember, are just energy in motion, and it can be felt through such beauty, right? We cry when we're in so much joy. We cry through grief. We can move water through our cellular body through tears. The activations can come through the expression of tears as a sign that, yes, things are moving. I'm connecting and feeling the life around me in these beautiful, beautiful foothills. These beautiful foothills and trees that just started moving. And let's see if they're still moved for us. I can't tell from this angle that I am at, but I can see them out of my peripheral as confirmation of, yes, feel us. Feel us. We are you. You are me. We're the oneness of life in the creation. In the creation, move away from the term manifestation. It's creation. You are creation. You are a generator of life and energy. You're in the current and ebb and flow of ascension and awakening. And be in the space that you are right now is perfect. It is perfect. And allow yourself to feel through the wisdom of your body, through the wisdom of your soul and your I am presence. And you continue to call forth the beings in this planet, the beings in the etheric worlds, because there are many worlds that are of love, that can support you in the times of shadow and the alchemy when you need the skills the most. It is in the challenges that we are tested in our mastery and how you walk the way. You walk the way. You walk the way. So it is important, dear ones, to commit daily to your practices, because indeed it is a practice until you just become and are your Christ Sophia self in its mastery, its glory, and in the peace. Your heart will guide you. Your heart will guide you. It is the compass of your life. It is the compass of your life. Grounding to the core of the earth as you continue to connect and restructure into the toroidal field, that energetic field that is often depicted as a donut. You are the hollow tube the light runs through, no different than the tree. You are becoming the tree of life. You are becoming the toroidal field, all these inversions that you, dear ones, have worked so hard to bring light to and work through your shadows. It is time to step further into your mastery as you are, and to be in peace and in love with the whole of life and the whole of the universe. Because now more than ever, as these grand shifts, as I'll describe them, are upon us, the external world as you know it will continue to have the appearance of chaos, destruction, right? Kind of like a house being remodeled from the ground up. Some of you are rebuilding your walls. Some of you are rebuilding your vision, your windows, your eyes, the gateways, the doors, the portals of your light body. If you can think of yourself as a house, how do you care for your house? How do you care for your temple? How do you care for who's in it? What are you keeping out? What are you keeping in? How high are your fences? Are they ready to come down because you truly know that you are safe? You are safe. You are in creation of your life. You are in the generator of being. So create, continue to create, and put energy into that what you see in your mind's eyes. As a friend of mine, I reached out to her because sometimes you reach out to your friends when you're feeling overwhelmed. And that I find is the hardest time for me, to be still when I'm feeling overwhelmed and filled with different emotions. So then I come to the mountain or the foothills and it helps. And it just helps me be still and connected. But she reminded me, come here, Gus, we gotta let someone pass by us. Come forward. Hello. Oh, yeah, just letting someone pass by as best we could with Gus and I's little big, take us up the path. And interesting though, right? Sometimes we get big in our energy and we take up the path. and you meet different people along the way that are, we work together to make room, and then others that expand into it to kind of try to overpower you and go into a place of almost territorial or competition or like, right? And so pay attention to that, because those are just distractions, right? As I've walked through some of my things recently over the past really number of months, pay attention. We're kind of coming back to that duality consciousness and the contrast of it, that it's just distractions for you now. Let go of those distractions and be with love in your heart, because you were once there, and every now and then you slide back. And I don't remember what I was on track to saying, but maybe it'll return, and maybe it won't. But return to the oneness of your heart, because everything is held in your heart. It's all here. It's all here. It's all here within you. And so as I've come back to nature to help me recenter and be still, yes, thank you, Metatron, thank you. I was talking about a dear friend of mine who reminded me to these challenges. She's like, focus your intentions and get it out of your scope, right? And when she said that, I saw like a telescope, like the like for submarines, the scope, and it comes in and out and up and down. And I thought about the third eye center, and that all the mechanics of our third eye and our column of light and pillar of light and the light body. And so I come back to nature to support me to get things, energies, experiences out of my scope and into the highest level of light available to me, and to the situation and to all that is, and bring the alchemy to it in that way. And then my body again, your body is the barometer when you are at peace. There's no contraction, there's relaxation, there's peace. And even as I say this, my shoulder and neck are returning to a place of softness. And I'm remembering, this is what Paul reminded me of, is to remember this feeling when I was in Mount Shasta. Remember the feeling, remember who I am, and remember, because it lives inside you. Those experiences, yes, as I love going on pilgrimage, it's not always available to me to do a 2-week trip like that, and to be in Mount Shasta at a physical moment, yet at the same time it is available to me in every moment, because Shasta energy lives within me. The world energy lives within me, because I am not separate. So anywhere in the world I would like to connect with and be and feel the energies and grow and heal and expand, I have the power to be there and bring forth that what I ask for my highest good. And to be with grace, to be with ease, and to remember I get to enjoy life too. And nothing is promised, but this is all sacred world, a sacred land, a sacred heart. It all breathes the same breath. We all breathe the same breath of universal life, force, energy. And I'm getting confirmations from the beetles and the trees. So I will leave you with that, to remember all of us, life, seen and unseen. We are all of the same breath. And it's time for you, dear ones, to choose your direction in the path and the way, because there are distinct, I'll say, bifurcation or timelines occurring. And it's time for you to choose and recommit each day, each moment, each breath to the highest timeline for all and for yourself through the power of love. I love you. I'll see you again soon.